Well, guys, it's 25 February 2020 at 9:21 p.m. Hopefully you'll, I've got this set on low video quality because this is mainly what I'm doing is trying to document the audio portion of the unlawful warrant. And I'll tell you what happened. They did another frame up on me 7 months ago, and the individual's name is Brian Harston. I worked on a Massey 245 tractor for him, and I went to his house 3 times, and the second time he starts lathering up with all this legalese shit and, you know, threatening me, and that's exactly what they do in these frame-ups. There is no discourse with them. There is no peaceful resolve. The only thing they want to do is ratchet it up as high as possible. This son of a bitch, Brian Harston of Whitney, Texas, attempted to run me down on the road twice. And this is another common tactics of the Luddite Lodge lizards, also known as the Dirty Church Masons. So without too much further ado, you're going to see, you know, blip patterns through the video, you know, the various channels. And what they're doing is they've got these small drones that they put infrared reticles, which is a rangefinder. And what they do is they'll zip by the cameras to try to spook them. And what they don't know is that I no longer have my cameras on motion activation. So for 3.5 years, they've been wasting their time. All they've done is made me smarter. So anyway, let's get into this recording, and I'm going to try to speed it up wherever possible so you guys don't have to listen to a lot of BS from the idiots. So here we go. I'm walking to the door. If you watch in the video, they're just beating the shit out of the door. So I greet them, hello. And that, the voice you hear is Deputy Zach Spigner, who up until today was being pretty cool with me, but I filed charges against his partner, Kevin McGarity, for falsifying a police report concerning a pit bull attack that happened to me back in July 14th of 2016 against the people next to me, which are the Byerleys from the post 522 VFW.
Okay, you guys can wait right here. I'm going to go back and get them and then bring them back out. Okay, we're just going to walk with you.
Okay, what they're doing is they're arguing with me right now about...
Listen, I don't trust you. Okay, you're not coming in my house.
I'm talking to Thurston and White. Both crooked sumbitches.
Yeah, I don't trust you either. You're Spigner, correct? You can come in. Okay. You guys stay.
I just closed the door and Thurston put his foot in the door, trying to knock the door down. Just fucking complete pieces of trash.
Excuse me. Let's go with your shoes. This is my house. I understand that, but that's not how this works. My deputy walks in here, my corporal walks in here, we're walking in with him. Me and him get along because he, you know, we've had a good rapport. Okay. You guys
up until now
up here and lied to me about stuff.
They'll stalk me around the county, in and out of the county, and Hill County 2 hours at 100 mile an hour. That's big county, but they won't investigate the complaints that I file. So I started hard copying the sheriff department so I can file charges against them for malfeasance.
Okay, and then what happens?
We're gonna have a property hearing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he has to show up. He'll get notification in the mail.
So you guys are gonna hold on to the property?
Yes. Yeah. It'll be in our office. In the court system, it should be Judge Brassel that gets in contact with you. He'll send you a letter in the mail telling you what date the property hearing is. Okay. And you show up to court and plead your case.
This house just to the north of me is one of the LPOPs. No one lives there, but people show up, all different kind of people all the time.
That question's not for you, it's for you two.
which is Thurston and White. I just told him that I was going to go back to my room and put my shoes on. Complete bullshit. 7 months ago, I filed a complaint against this guy. It's not investigated, but his fake complaint against me, when I proved it was a prevarication, and I proved that he's one of the Lodge Luddites, also a member of the VFW. Seen his truck parked there. This is what you get for going up against thugs in political office and law enforcement. You know what? They killed my daughter. I ain't got nothing to lose. I ain't backing down from nobody. God Almighty is the only one I'm backing down from. Anyway, I'm still in my room putting my shoes on. And anyway, so what we do is we go through the house and to my backyard under the boat shed, and then I've got a workshop in there, which is where the stuff has been for 7 months, waiting on them to and see, they perfected a search warrant without a probable cause affidavit, that's the supporting document for the search warrant. There's no docket number, no court case, nothing, no probable cause affidavit, which and you know, in the interest of moving this process along, I complied with Zach, because at this point I just asked Thurston and White to close my front door.
Yeah.
Okay, who's going to stay here while all the gangsters run through my house and take everything?
Go get the parts.
They're in the back, just like I said. Are you staying here?
I can go wherever you want us to go, as long as you get the parts.
I just closed the door and locked it. So me and the 3 deputies are going back to my workshop now. And just watch the screen. You'll see all kind of this goes on every day, especially at night. And I file report after report. I'm
recording this, by the way.
See, no
okay,
trick.
We're gonna go out on my back porch, out in the grass, up under the boat shed, and then my workshop is right there. Okay.
And see, I told them what we were doing. There's no trick fuck going on with me. But I told Stigner, I said, you ever need anything, you can call or email me. And, you know, the deputy safety is what Thurston said. Bullshit.
You got a ski boat?
Yeah.
Back when I had a
When I had a
family.
family.
Y'all fucking stole from me. There's one thing I'll tell you, folks. Don't ever back down from a fucking bully, because they'll just send more and more bullies to fuck with you. And you know what? I ain't scared of nobody. They already put me through so much hell, you know. I ain't scared of nothing. So we're in my workshop now, and now another thing is the search warrant is supposed to specify where, when, and what items are supposed to be seized. There's no inventory list on the search warrant, so completely contrived bullshit. Sorry about all the loud noises, but I had my phone recording up on top of the workbench. So now we're going through all of the stuff that I've had stored, and then I'm asking Zach for a pen so we can start documenting the inventory of the items. What I'm doing is collecting up all of the parts. And like I said, this guy, Brian Harston, committed theft of service against me. The state of Texas Constitution subscribes that a statutory mechanics lien exists, even though I didn't file a formal mechanics lien. These guys are trying to impose non-law upon me to seize these items which I have not been paid for.
Fuel injector.
Okay, now we're going through all the parts. And like I said, you know, Zach's been cool with me, but I anticipate the fact that I filed on his former partner, Kevin McGarity, for falsifying an incident report concerning the
still need to take it, right?
pit bull that was supposed to
I
be.
paid all for. I've never been paid for this.
No, like anything that you bought at a store or online or however you acquire.
Telling them I haven't been paid for any, you know, the man paid for the parts. I ordered his parts, but that the day that he paid by credit card, he stopped his credit card transaction to try
What
to
about the
bullocks up my
where you
credit
tried
card
running down
payment
the road?
terminal.
I knew you talked about it. It was after the fact. You never made a report about it,
Yeah, I did.
so I'm not too sure where that's going.
Yeah. I have it recorded where I called their dispatcher and told them to add it to Zach's
Actually, I think
incident
right
report.
after it happened, I called in the dispatch.
Did you? What did it say?
I told him, I said, tell Zach to put this on my report.
Okay.
I've got a recording of it.
And see, I save all this audio and video evidence, and they never come for any of it, even though I do hard copies of the report and burn DVDs and
He's going to have
CD-ROMs.
everything. That way there's no question about, you know, well, what about this? I'm going to give him everything that I bought for that tractor.
Right, but as far as him, what you're saying is him running you down, he's going to say no.
He did it. No, he did it twice. I know he did it because he talked to you about it. He said things got heated. He took 3 swings at me, and the dude's slow enough. I was able to, you know, move out of the way.
Okay. As far as that goes, him saying that he swung at you or him being the primary aggressor. He
Okay, I'm telling you, I researched this. There's what they call implied mechanics lien.
Here I'm giving them the law, and even when they were instructed of the law, they still go with their unlawful
It's implied.
search
It's
warrant.
statutory when the work is done, but I can escalate it by filing a lien on his property. So that's the next thing I'm going to do.
But you still haven't done it yet.
No, because I was trying to work this out peacefully.
Be a peaceful man. I told the sheriff I wish to remain peaceful with everybody all the time, unless they want to back me in a corner. And I'm fixing to fight a whole lot of people.
If you acquire a lien.
The lien statutory. It's in effect.
See,
After
I
get
give them
done
the
working
law,
on the truck, even if it's
constitutional
not
law,
finished, the
Texas
lien's
constitutional law, statutory lien. He still argues with me.
Well, like I said, we'll have a property hearing, and then anything else after that, you can go to him civilly.
What about the unpaid labor claim?
Go to him civilly.
Yeah, see, this is my test rig for doing injectors, which is why I pulled them. But there are 2 reasons I pulled them. One, I told them it's just part of doing the job, and 2 was to do a compression test on that motor.
Motor had
I mean, it
160
wouldn't fire
pounds
up
of
on gas
compression,
engines, it was so weak.
and the tractor's supposed to have 400.
Just the filter.
Let's carry that. That's what we want to.
Let me find a box.
If you don't mind, I'll just go ahead and take pictures of it while we load it up.
I boxed everything up and bagged everything up for him.
Okay.
Even when they trick fucked me on this unlawful warrant, I'm still trying to be the man, being up and true blue. You know,
One's the good one, and this is the good bad one, and this is the good one.
I'm going over the good and the bad parts.
I mean, some of them are 3-cylinder, some are 6, some are 8. But I identified these by wrapping the tape on them.
He was asking me what the various parts were.
You're taking the box.
That's a 8-cylinder Reason Master.
Okay. And that one didn't come off his tractor? Okay.
These
No, he had one bad one and one good.
I want you guys to go on ripoffreport.com and look up either Diesel Speed Marine or Diesel Guru and see I had a super successful online business. I built the first prototype common rail injector test machine, and then a bunch of about 9 people from a Facebook page. And later I found out that it was a artificially generated Facebook page, completely attacked my company online, YouTube, Facebook, etc. And Facebook back then had real high placement ratings in social media. But what they did was they attempted to extort my company. They said, well, you need to give us free stuff. Gary Rathbun, Jeff Bobo, Vic Webster, Todd Went. There's another guy, Steve, and he gave me a false name, but they're all of them related to this Facebook page. All of them went there, just completely burned my company, went to the Better Business Bureau, who, after reviewing everything, saw that it was a racket frame-up and completely flushed all their shit. They just kept doing this. They would find a website, media, diesel something or other, and just, flame the shit out of me for no reason, except to destroy my business. But you know what? They got a judgment day coming, and woe to be them on their judgment day. Let's keep going with the, you know what? I'm going to do this in 2 parts. I'm going to end this right here and then do a part 2. That way it's 26 minutes total. So, end of part 1. Patron El Jeffy, you know what? They killed my daughter to try to stop me from doing this because they knew if I'd get all this information out, their ass is fucking grass. I called the FBI tonight. I updated them on the harassment and the terror threats against me. I've contacted the Texas Rangers and the Attorney General. So you know what? They just ripped open a big old case of whoop ass on them. And I'm going to fucking kick some ass and take some names. So, end of part 1.